State your name,
Am I
please.
supposed to say
Yes.
my name?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the intro.
This is definitely the intro. Oy, guest, tsingala di mo. Sabi ka na.
What am I supposed to say?
You're-
Sorry, guys. Nakaro lang yun nga. I never answer. I never watch your videos until the end.
Go ahead, Mick.
Unsa man gid na? Unsa man gid na, Mick? Unsa
Yeah.
man gid na?
Sabi ng burning question.
Nga nung
Ikaw, pangtanong tayo katong grade school kami, you were very book smart. I mean, combination man ka, you were also like, not only book smart, but you were dancer and you were into clubs, I think. So walk us through that. I mean, what was kinder like? What was grade school like in your eyes? I mean, were we just a bunch of weirdos, or like, did we even exist? Kami nilang Deo, kami nilang Ains. I mean, what was it like?
Grade school, right? Grade school,
Grade school.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you're that young, like 6 or 7, you don't really have that. You're not really thinking about those things, diba? You're just being yourself. So you're just being yourself, and you just follow instructions. And ironically, what made me aware, siguro, what made me aware that I had probably the potential to be better is really because your teachers pick you out. They pick you out for certain things, di ba? Sa kadaghan ganap sa grade school, di ba? You don't really aim to be anything. You're just being kids, di ba? But your teachers pick you out. Your teachers pick you out to be leaders. Your teachers pick you out to be kanang beadles or maglista kung gitsay saba, kung wala sila, di ba? I mean, so by picking you out, di ba? By picking you out, by choosing you, then parang it gives you a certain parang privilege, or parang
Boost of
it
confidence.
identifies you, di ba? I mean, it sets you apart, that there must be something special about you. So you don't really start out wanting to be special because everybody's special, di ba? I mean, you're just kids. You're just basically kids. We were just kids. Then syempre, piliun ka nga mag-front ka sa field demonstration by just doing what you were doing, di ba? Or piliun, di ba? I mean, di ba? I mean, I don't go around dancing during field demonstration nga mag-goal ko nga matubangan yun ko, di ba? I mean, okay, matubangan ka. Or like, you don't go around, di ba nga teachers give out a general instruction to study, to copy your notes, and when you go home, you have the option whether to study or not, di ba?
Yeah.
So I expect everybody would be following the teacher's instructions. So the output would be, it really depends, di ba? I mean, you don't go out answering the assignments or the quizzes with thinking, I want to be the favorite, I want to be inana, di ba? Di ba kayo mga bata ba yata? So
True.
it started out that way. So when I started getting picked out because mag-leader og mga misaon sa lang daghan lagi kay taganap. I mean, we had plays, magpintal og mural, kapoy kay afternoon class ka pero pamatud ka
Definitely
kay magpintal pa kag mural.
Murals.
Magpintal pa kag mural, magsulat pa ka og play kay naay linggo na
Play.
pika or di ba? I mean,
Yes.
daghan ka
English week. Hindi na siya ganap. In short, ganap si Apay.
School. So,
Correct.
so, actually, niabot yun na, di ba? I mean, kailangan pa ka mag-choreograph and really, back then, it was so difficult for us to find music, to record music,
True
find
that.
costumes,
True
di ba?
that.
I mean,
Yep.
unsa ba ang kagayan educational supply, mag-abli, magsarado, alas 5, di ba? Magdali-dali pa dito kay magpalit pag mga postcards, whatever, mga crepe paper, unsa ba?
Paper.
So, it was really, really difficult for us back then. I mean, dili gid siya para karon nga accessible everything, di ba? So, you had to be extra creative about
Yes.
props.
Mhm.
You had to be extra creative about about costumes. For example, as simple as malong, di ba? I mean, okay, kailangan taog malong.
Malong. Yeah.
Kisay na malong. I like that. Kisay na malong. It's probably your young.
Look, malong was the easiest. Pag i-require ka nga, okay, Muslim dance tomorrow. So, automatic malong imong palito.
But
sa boat trading. Automatic matuleng ka.
Pero sa mo din ang wala na ka-letards ka na t-shirt lang og itong wala siya kapalit siya letards. Ay, syempre, di ba? Kaya di ba accessible ang magpalit og letards? I mean, magsarang guys, ano, sa'yo ka kayo anyways. So, di ba? I mean, difficult. So, you had to be
not everyone understands the assignment, kumbaga. So, sakto ka pa eh. I mean,
really? I mean, that's not the point.
In-assign tayo ng mga t-shirt lang itong, di ba?
Sa parents joke.
Sa parents say, because there are parents that don't follow instruction. They don't understand the assignment.
Because they don't have a people in the audience. That's not my point. Okay. That's not the point. The point.
Leotards is leotards. Okay, so I know exactly what you mean, okay? You know, there's just 1, 2, 3 students that stick out with a black t-shirt lang.
That's not the point. The point is...
Nanggawas ra after
This is
30
done
minutes.
Early.
Nanggawas ra.
No. Okay, I exactly kasabot ko unsa ang pasabot niya pa na, you know, she was everywhere and anywhere katong grade school me.
So,
na-assignan ko siya many things. Like, she's probably
super,
the female
and
counterpart.
beyond the good. Like,
beyond, yeah.
There was I remember there was this one time in grade 4
for charity.
I wrote this play for probably like a simple ganang school I subject thing.
What's siya play? Do you still remember?
I don't remember in particular ko unsa, but sure ko nga ko anto Teacher Mabel. Teacher Mabel. So and she got really excited, and so she assigned me to this grabe ka gargantuan task of writing a play nga apilon ako ang grade 4 diligence,
yeah.
Diligence, diba?
Charity man ta ba diligence ang sunod, yeah.
Diba katong sila Chinky ba?
Diligence,
diba? Right. So kailangan ingani siya kadako nga it was going to be the main event during this, I forgot unsa nga linggo. So siya nga linggo.
Civics man si Mabel, diba? So
but there was going to be this show, major show sa stage.
This was going to be the shit, yeah.
For everybody to see natin. As a child, nga enjoy kay ko making that play. Diba? Kay you were just doing something that you really love. Into kanabitang nag-transform siya into something murag kanabitang murag as a child murag pwede di ba burn out? Ginanabit ako feeling. Ako lang tanan. Ginanabit ako feeling.
I mean that was my next question sa imo. I mean, did you ever feel like murag sobra na lagi ni I mean, it might have taken out time for you, let's say madula and to be a kid at that time.
I think it did. Unya kana bitong murag ni ano na siya, mura na siya og ni manifest na siya in being a brat or a rebel. Kaya kanang dili na ko ganahan mo sugoon ko kay murag kanang for example matik na ba, for example mag-divide na ang mga example there's even a simple school thing, like I mean a class thing, i-divide into groups unya. For example, na ako by default ako din ang leader, pero in my mind ako na sad, di ba? I have to write the jingle, mag-compose sa taukuan, magkuan sa steps, ako pa magkuan kung ano sa ta mag-practice, di ba? I mean I don't have a monopoly on pero on all that. Everybody could do it, di ba?
But you had the monopoly on the arts, especially this afternoon. Because
no, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't, honestly. But they didn't get the recognition.
Kathy was the morning, and you were the one that was painting on the walls.
No, but they didn't get the recognition. Other people, diba? I mean, a lot of people can draw. A lot of people, diba? I mean, but they didn't get that.
Kala ba din mo ko yung mga pictures or yung mga drawings sa una kay dagko kay mata and klaro kay siya. I mean, it was better than most. I mean, I would know who would draw stuff in the walls kabalo nga kay apay ni. because it's obvious. Nga kaapay ni nga work. I know kapatid ko Jimarni. I know this is Kathy's work. Because I can see some here, some eyes. Apay has eyes. This other person is like has no eyes. So I would definitely recognize na kaapay ni nga work because it was very clear na iyang works. Probably teachers like that also. Mga na-assign ka for that work.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Your murals. I mean, pag abot sa gate, you would see na kaapay ni nga. I mean, you would
Yeah, I would remember.
you would paint the shit.
Kanang,
out of it.
ano ba, di ba? Kanang kaayo, I mean, and then they would get disappointed if you don't
Say yes. Yeah.
yes, or if you don't do it as good, or kanang ina na ba, and then
How is not do it that good? How? Like, tell me, how did you ever like fail a mural or not do a script?
by not finishing it, or like I remember kay kanang as a child, I didn't know it was that, diba? I didn't know nga I was getting burned out nga as a child. But there was this one time that teacher Amy, God bless her, she had this a new thing about bago to siya nga gi-innovate niya nga news reporting or newscasting contest or something like that.
Yes.
Or like
Grade 5.
Okay.
Grade 5 na siya.
grade 5, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember correctly, but she didn't want me to join anymore. So I was automatically disqualified from joining as a contestant.
Okay.
But what she wanted me to do was she wanted me to host the newscasting contest, and I had to write an entire script about it para ako kag host
Ikaw ang
slash.
mag-Tony Gonzaga ato na, yeah.
Oo, but I had to write everything. But para sa ako, at the time, di ba? I mean, I apologize to Teacher Ami for this, but at the time, it felt like you don't want me to be in the contest, but you want me to do the bulk of the job, di ba? I mean, you want me to write this thing and I don't get credit for it, and I don't even
Yeah.
get a chance to compete.
To even
diba?
compete, yeah.
So, sige siya og follow up sa ako ato, and I was just being a brat about it. Kaya na bitaw, but yeah, up to a point nga nakita ba anak ko nga murag she was getting sad and ana bitaw. So, of course I pulled through and did it, but it was my best work. Murag ina na bitaw, murag I complied, and nga ako gyapon nag-facilitate, but truth be told, I gave her a hard time. Diba? Kay mura siya og naataw-ataw ba, was I gonna do it? Was I not gonna do it? Diba? And unsa man, did you finish it? Wala pa, chair. Wala. But then again, we were
People
still 11 or 10 or unsa ba edad na to?
Some around 11.
May pa
Mga
kayo.
11.
So,
diba?
I mean,
So-
sa tanan kapang hitabuan nga time, what were the things or what were the activities you enjoyed the most that stuck to you nga as a good memory in grade school? Nga at least, you know, nagdula ka ani or maybe...
Uy, don't get me wrong, ay lingaw kayo.
Okay.
Like, except for kabalo na kami, but lingaw kaayo. So grade school was super duper fun, especially katong time mga the standout memory for me, and I think Chinky, Eloisa, Kiting also remember this very fondly because
Yeah.
this launched our dancing career. Katong when we danced this Joey Ayala Diwata dance number that Kiting's older sister Mai choreographed for us, and grabe, the level of training and instruction that she had, it was different, no? Diba? She treated us like we were professional dancers, and then and the output was really grabe. Murag feeling yun na murag kanang we were in a production that was beyond just a normal grade school dance presentation. So after Ana, it launched our mini dance group, diba?
Yeah.
And narin mga miski ay wala gid na mo gi-ask yun ang audience. No, wala sila choice. Pero every once in a while na amin may ipakita nga sayaw. Wala sa high school good nga kanang wala ba mo nangayo nga manayaw mi sa high
Here
school.
we are.
Pero
Here we are.
But here we are, and we have a choreographed dance, and you are forced to look at it.
When David ko sa'yo, big deal sa kangapayang leotards. Because definitely, moment siya. That was the costume. Yeah,
Yung specific na dili na specific ang para sa short
Yes.
long.
Ugang long na leotards. Yes.
Alright.
So dili pwede.
Ugang kalawom sa neckline said, I mean, it has to be.
Samok.
So attention to detail was, definitely high. I mean, I
So
probably
that-
didn't notice it, but yeah, the dancing career nila at the time was launched. Kay momento sila.
Grabe no, career.
And they kept
So-
a very poker face doing that dance.
Serious kami about it. So, and I remember katong we danced sa grade 4 gihapon katong we danced this other dance. Michael Jackson nga koan.
Which was it? So Michael Jackson, was it bad or
Or black and white materiali
possibly?
Sikat pa na
Yeah,
sa grade.
possibly.
or something. Ina niya serious gi ka me about it. Serious kay
Kasi na-Korean si Eloisa na-Korean
Dili pa.
Dili pa.
Oo, dili pa. I think si Kiting pa anin na
Kasi, okay.
time. But during this time, makita na nimo, diba? I mean, it was really kuan nga makita na gyud nimo nga ang kinsa gyud ang maayam. Di ba? I mean, those people who grew up to love dancing na din eventually lawlaw, ingana, di ba? So, makita gyud nimo nga kinsa na din tong murag nagpadayon in so far as dancing was concerned. Pero ayoko niyo pasayawa karon ha kay wala na. Tired na.
All right. So
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
as
So obviously,
we
many
go
times,
along the grade school timeline, so can you for finally describe the infamous incident ninyong duha for pila na ka episodes katawa ko ani nga storya nga nadagma si Apay which left a scar on your knee inang sala si Vicky. So once and for all, can you please describe what exactly happened sa imong point of
So,
view?
for the record.
Her
And
account of the story.
Yeah,
Fine.
your account of the story.
for the record, and I've already apologized to Mickey about this, pero shame on me for not apologizing sooner. Kay bago lang ko na-apologize about this. But I think he grew up and he probably thinks that I earned that scar because of him. It wasn't his fault at all. It's just that I'm a vindictive, lying child.
Yeah.
Just
Woman child.
No,
Vindictive woman child.
because at nga time, usap ito kayo nang magsungog-sungog.
Mhm.
So when your teacher calls out for volunteers to run the flag race, they don't really choose who the fastest kids are, diba? I mean, I could probably...
Mula
I mean-
muna kong gingon sa una nga, they probably chose the two whitest kids
Yeah.
in that grade
Kung sungog. So,
Yeah.
muna, dahil Paris, dahil mo, kay kami
Yeah.
man sumusumogon, and all that. But, kanina lang, I mean, I gave Mickey such a hard time about this, but he wasn't the reason why, di ba, I got that scar. So, pag namo ko na trial run,
Mhm.
Yeah.
managan mo kay Murag, unsay tawag na, trial, unsay tawag na,
So Layla, we're trial run. It was
no,
like- it was
whatever,
like a test
trial,
run.
whatever, di ba? A test run, yeah. So, sa test run pa lang daan,
The flagpole.
gibulot na nako. I mean, nangusob na ko og dagan. So, by that time, nakasulti si Mickey nga he wasn't as fast as I was and all that. So by the time na nga, it was the actual run, it was just a couple of seconds after the trial run, nga, kisa ba magunahon na ana o kanang warm up, di ba? Unsa ba edad na to make 7, whatever.
We were
Okay,
8.
that's over like 8, whatever.
Eight
diba?
to
So,
6, yeah.
there was no such thing as warm up. So, by the time I didn't have time to recover. So, my knees were shaking. I was shaking. I was out of breath. And pag go na gid nga final go, and my knees were shaking so bad, mo to nga after a few meters, na nadamag ko.
Mhm.
But it wasn't really because you were slower, which you were, sorry.
I'm slower. Yeah, I agree. I was definitely slower.
During that time,
Yeah,
di ba? I mean,
sure.
we weren't athletes, whatever.
Look,
And I was
no,
so
no need to apologize for that because my I can still
edit
remember it
out,
clear as day. Clear as day.
edit out. Yeah,
It was
it
clear as
wasn't
day.
your fault. It
Yeah.
wasn't your fault. And I said it was because we were holding the flag
Yeah,
at both ends.
she was quite how to say how to say there was a not blame and by because by design it was early morning. I
I made
probably
you
just
feel so
woke up.
I made you feel
And but
bad. I made
you
you
were
feel
yeah
bad.
she kind of made me feel bad but nadawat
I
ko na
didn't
ako sa all
kind of
those
made you
years
feel
but
bad. I made you feel bad. I mean,
yeah
diba?
and
That was a bitch. I was such a bitch about it.
I couldn't
Sa'yo
stop hearing
dito.
about it from her said eh naghawid mo nato sa katong marker for that sa tang year at the bay was it like grade 1 or right grade 1
I think grade one. I think grade
yeah
Grade
one.
one?
grade 2
Grade
ano man
two?
classmate to grade 2 grade 1 to siya yeah.
I mean, ako
I
grade
remember
6 naman to.
grade no we were
No,
still
we were so small. We
so
were so
small.
small. And then, medyo
God, I
chubby pa
remember
mo si
that
Mickey
day.
sa una.
Mhm.
Oh no, dili, oy, you
No,
weren't. You
I
weren't chubby.
weren't. I wasn't chubby that time pa. I was grade 1. I remember it. Amoy ko pa. I still remember that day. Like it was maghapon. No? I remember we had that. There was that, buntag kita
Gusta
sa
ka na
sayo.
lang po, Mick. Gusta ka na lang po, Mick.
Sayo kita siya na, ano pa kita, it was quite cold and I was wearing red cycling shorts and then gitakin pa ginawa akong t-shirt ato, just to,
Jesus.
like, I was gonna be aerodynamic.
Mick,
and then
ani na lang.
gipili si Apay ato na like, oh my God, why would, for all people nga pwede piliun yan, si Apay mo nang gipili.
Mick, I'm so
So,
sorry for
so much pressure.
there's no excuse. I lied about it. Dili gid ikaw ang rason nga nung nasamad ko. Why I said that?
Pagdagan na to, we were not at pace. Pag ito nag-practice, plus gahawid pag ito sa katubitong
Naghawid
colors na to. Naghawid ta.
Diba, gawin ko
Oo,
sa
I
other
know.
end. Gawin ko sa other end. So, medyo ka ng work na ay anan.
Dili pa kita synchronized.
Dili. Kaya wala pa tayo nag-rehearse.
Wala. Wala, nothing.
Wala.
It was doomed from the beginning.
It
Screwed.
gihapon to imong fault. It
Yeah.
wasn't your fault. I gave you such a hard time about it. I'm a bitch. I'm a liar. I'm a thief. I'm
I'm gonna play that.
You're a
song
saint,
after.
you're a lover.
Mhm.
Anyhow, look by. It's all good. It's 30.
It's not your fault.
What? It's 32 years overdue, but
No, but
it was 32 years.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We've moved on. It's fine. To bigger things.
Pero naagi reason kay kung dili kita ka na hurt atomic and all that.
But nobody screwed my chances in probably man, I'm never gonna make it up with her. Okay, there was a time I really really liked her, like the relationship out there. Yeah, I really did. I'm being honest here. I did. And then oh crap,
And yeah.
nadabag pagit siya like shit. That's gonna
No,
cost
Nick, I'm thinking about it. I thought about it before. I mean, why would I say that? Diba? That wasn't true. That wasn't your fault and all that. Why would I pass blame on you? Because later on in life and with so many things that go on, I realized that I'm a very, very competitive person. Diba? So, and when it comes to anything, grabe gid ko ka-competitive. I'm talking about kanang na yung mga contest or whatever pa contest. I mean, it might be so lame, whatever, na mag-complain about it, pero secretly dahil nagbuat-buat na rin ko, like, as an example. As an example, there's always this lame Christmas party every year at my company, and then I complain about it a lot. I hate it. Yeah. We have to go in costumes. We make ourselves or whatever. Pero grabe kaayo. Pag uli, bilaran gid na ako nga nag-glue na ko sa akong headpiece, nga na whatever. Di ba?
It's so
dapat.
That is so.
of course. That's you. That's your DNA. Yeah. Not surprised here.
Yeah.
I'm very, very competitive. So I couldn't probably as a child process the defeat because it was a contest.
Yeah.
It was a contest and I had to diba? And
You had to win. You had,
Has to
and
win.
then someone probably just slowed you down. And at the same time, they were running.
grabe
and
si
they were,
Mickey. Oh na Mick, duslakan ako Mick.
Di, wala to eh. It was nothing. It paled in
I'm so
comparison to
sorry.
the many
I'm so
contests
sorry.
na natin na to na you. There were a few times.
No,
Di ba,
but
I mean, there were contests that you would lose and I would win, but you would have protested. I mean, quietly probably, but yeah, I won a few. Yeah, elocutions here and there, spelling bees. The katong
Probably spelling bees.
the
Probably
newscaster spelling bees. Yeah, I won a few. Katong newscaster grade 5. I won that sa male category. I was the one. Katong magsuot, yung takag suit and whatnot. And you said the news like.
At bago kay to siya, I didn't really know what elocution, the word meant. What we were asked to do was we were asked to memorize this piece. We were asked to recite it in front of the class. The teacher chose a couple of students per class from
Yep.
the morning and the afternoon niya. Na dahil paligsahan nga kuan mo sa multipurpose hall. And then na rin winner. So ang akong awareness at to that time wasn't there yet until they announced the winner niya. Second din ko ato I was second place. Sa May Quijano was the first place.
Of
I don't
course.
remember who the third place was. So when I got home, my mom was explaining to me nga, the reason daw I didn't win because I lacked facial expression. But as a 7-year-old, I really didn't know what facial
Facial
expression was. Diba? So, say facial expression, she was really trying her best to kind of explain what facial expression was. Kay, apparently, wala man good ko kabalon sa purpose ato. Nga gipamang kuanta, wala ko kabalo nga kanang kailangan na rin mga saka-saka sa kilay o siga-siga sa mata, mga inana ba? So, I just memorized it to the best of my ability and gikusog ang tingog kay mo maingon, nakusgon ko
Yeah.
ang tingog para madungog ko na sa likod sa multipurpose hall. So,
You have to fill the room.
ano,
Yeah.
ma-follow bet ang instructions mo muna. But the next year, and I realized what it was about. Diba? I realized what it was about. And then they asked us to choose
Piece.
which piece we
Piece.
wanted to recite during the
Yes.
finals. So
Yep.
I remember distinctly that after ko nagka-awareness kung what it was about, what I was supposed to do, so na grade 2 hangtod nag third year high school kay I'm sorry everyone pero daog gid ko sa English nga elocution contest and
Yeah.
so the only time that I lost was during the first one and the last one. So probably I'll talk about the last one, no, because the last one I placed second to Cookie
Okay.
All right.
Musni. So, but I was older already.
Memories.
And during
Amazing. Her like.
And during this time, there could be mga in-betweens. Like, there was this time na jump back lang ko to probably grade 4 nga, nadungog din kay ito nga, there was this up-and-coming elocutionist in the name of Ryan Mugot.
Friggin' Mugot.
Oh wow, the elocution is right, Mugot
yeah,
sa una.
from
Yeah.
Fort Diligence. From Fort Diligence,
Interesting.
yeah.
All right.
Nga, gi-train ko na siya ni teacher Nene Inot.
Okay, didn't know that. Shout out
So
to
imagine she was so good at what she was doing sa English elocution that I was forced to shift gears and go for extemporaneous contests. Dito ko na shift gears extemporaneous because I couldn't win it.
Actually, you're very good. Di ba? Nobody could. You were at such a young age. I think there was nobody else
Yeah.
who had that capacity to,
Go off script. Yeah.
di ba?
Yeah, of course.
There was nobody, di ba? I mean, if you pick somebody from the crowd during that time who would probably, di ba, kung naa pa lang yung extemporaneous nga contest, kung uso pa lang na siya,
Yeah.
then, di ba? Without a doubt, like that, Mickey gid na.
Yeah. Guess who ang third atong first grade 1 ta? Ba Abu Ben Adam na apis? That was
Was
Abu
it
Ben
you?
Adam.
Was it?
It was me.
It was you. Sorry.
The one with the suspenders. Yeah.
We just suspend.
Sa May 1. Okay, mixed man to siya. It was a mixed bag. And then you did second. And I remember it was tough kay you had feedback after. Nabat yung mga judges sa ubos, diba? And then parents used to question nga ng mapildi. So my feedback was I was stiff as a rock sa tubak. And at the same time, my feet were not like You were told what you
Oh
did.
my God. Oh my God. Gabi. Pati ang tiil niya.
Yes.
Dapat na may proper placement sa tiil.
Yep,
But
nasa
you
tiil.
had to do it in such a way nga, dili ka nga murag napakay ka nang mag-prepare pa ka. Dapat smooth, di ba?
Smooth.
Kanya
Yeah,
dapat
you're
kalma ka. And
left foot 90 degrees, right foot 30 degrees by 45
dili
degrees.
sad siya too much.
Not too much, yeah, but there was
Kaya you
placement.
look awkward. You look awkward from the side.
I didn't figure that
I
out, so I was
remember.
this. Remember?
You look awkward from the side. Camera ka lean forward na dayon and all that.
And then the hand gestures.
Like, professional good ba? Anyway.
You had to do what it took to win. Because the elocution contest, Apay is right. It was all about grand gestures, and you had the same piece. So mo itong pag-abot sa may his tribe increase, dapat kusuke mong tingog. And then awoke one night in a teeth that sleep something, and then you had to talk.
I
like
saw it in the moonlight of his room or something like that.
So it was like annoying.
An angel.
An angel was.
I bet Chinky remembers still.
Yes. And then grade 2, we had to choose our piece. My piece was Gettysburg Address. 4 and 7 years ago, our forefathers, and then Apay just won everything. There was really no point of asking who would win. Probably ang nag-ano na lang who's gonna go second or third. That was that was what contests were all about back then. So we had to choose. But she was winning it, so it's hard.
So this is just the elocution contest.
Yeah.
Okay. Diba? I mean, as a child, I had a flair for drama. So, syempre.
Shepherds.
Yeah, mga baga jud mo now, basta bata pang mo. I mean, there's no shame. Diba? I mean, I had massively crooked teeth, but didn't bother me from, diba? I mean, from doing my best.
Sapaw. It was not really that bad, but yeah, you had.
Thank you so much, Nick.
I remember that clearly. It's not that I'm
the-
staring at you most of the time, but yeah, I kind of noticed. Yeah.
All right. So
Just Lord.
I'll have to fast forward in the interest of time kay murag mabilar pud si Apay ani magpabilin tas grade school.
She can go all night.
Yeah, I know she can.
That's for sure.
I know she can give us plenty of highlights, but I'll have to push this across high school na karon. Pai, when you entered high school, kinsay mo mga clique? Who were in your circle when you entered high school?
Intro to high school, di ba? We were so mixed already by that
Yep.
time
Mhm.
na kapila ko na, I mean, mag-SK din, mag-ARCA din,
ARCA.
mag-SK or
Mhm.
something na. So sometimes you shuffle back and forth. So
Class hopping.
yeah, and you carry over some of your friends from grade school, but you also make new friends, diba?
Yep.
So during the early part of high school, syempre, barkada din ako sila. Chinky, Laulau, Charis, Julie, and there was also Angeli Sarita, kay kanang mga na-carry over ba, some of the people come and go. Kay we were a very big group in grade school. Kay apil pa si Jaja, si Ann,
Mhm.
diba? I mean,
The whole Diwata group. This was the Diwata group, the dancers, Angeli Sarita and stuff.
And did you maintain ang imong
later
pagka competitive ani nga time when you entered high school?
Priorities change in high school, manggod. I mean, di ba, what you considered as cool probably in grade school wasn't anymore. You become more self-aware, di ba? I mean, grades weren't really cool anymore. And not that I tried my best for anything in grade school nga ma-honor or whatever, but in high school, magod, it wasn't a priority
What
anymore.
was a good point here. So what was cool for you then? I mean, what were the priorities?
Mawalang sad ni because some things as a high school person, there were really some things that were really standard cool.
Mhm.
Like standard cool, diba? But tungod kay bata pa ka, the things that you love, even if dili gid siya cool, kay cool gid gyapon siya para nimo. Gets mo? So, naay mga things like probably soccer, may inana kabogi ka nga that soccer player ka, cool gid ka or whatever, inana pa. But
Nag-sports ka?
butang
Nag-soccer ba ka? High school?
No, because I couldn't make the time
Okay.
sa training. Sige panghagad sa una, but just an example ba?
Okay.
Like inana, but na mga things nga standard standard activities nga cool, like if
Right.
you're in a band, that's standard
Varsity
cool, diba?
band.
Oh, whatever, oh, diba? But may mga certain things like, di ba igit siya cool, pero parang you don't really care because you love doing those things, diba? I mean, like for example, I didn't really, looking back in retrospect, I don't think karate was cool back then, but for me it was really cool because it's something I love, diba?
Yes,
Or
yes. sakto
even
na
if
karate,
kanang, even gali ang dance troupe, diba? I mean, we really didn't care because para sa ato cool gid kay siya, kay enjoy kayo siya, but I bet the kanti na kuno lang unsa ba dance troupe, uy, diba? Pero para sa ako, bro, I don't care, para sa ako cool gid kay dance troupe, diba? But I don't think that's a shared sentiment, unlike other activities that were more universally cool, if there's such a thing, diba? Nga naging mga universally cool things like being in a varsity, inana, like what you said, Nick. So,
Alright. So,
or like kanang mga people in Glee Club. I bet they love being Glee Club. In
Yeah,
Glee
of
Club.
course.
I bet they think it was so cool, di ba? I mean, you
Yeah, of
don't
course.
really care if it's something that you really love. Ana, murag inana. So,
Pero
Diba?
Tapay was really into karate in high
karate,
school.
yeah, I remember.
And demo gina sila before sa
Pai, ka na sa
Sa gym.
nag-ila, Pai? I wanted to, hindi na ako ma-recall ka na sa natin nag-ila. Or
first encounter. Like,
no, not really first encounter, but kasa ta nag-amigo, marginana ba? Do you remember?
or like kalusata nga like nga nag-close tayo.
Yeah.
Like we decide. That's the one thing sad in high school because you get to know. You come into your own, diba? And
Yeah.
diba, as you're growing up, murag, you find your way toward people nga naana mo'y mutual. Kanang ang inyong connection is deeper already.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kanang, diba? Kay, I guess kanang you get to choose already who your friends are. Parang, diba? I mean, some people are so lucky that even the friends that they have in grade school are still the best of friends in
Yep.
now, diba? But what's so good about high school was you get to choose already, diba? You get to connect already with people. Makapili na ka kay kung bata man good ka, everybody's your friend. And by force of circumstance, like classmate mo tanan or whatever, diba? I mean, friends man gyud mo. But in terms of choosing who you stick with or who yung mga shared yung values or shared yung interests. So probably we got to be close. I remember third year.
Yeah.
Diba S
I
naman
think so.
S matag third year, diba?
Yeah, Morgan class. I think because the reason I
Wait, dili. Murag
Diba?
second year pa lang. Arta sa second year, diba?
no na arko kajut sa third
First year.
Third year.
Third year kajut, yeah.
Kajut. I think it was.
Pero
Second.
kita Arta sa second year, Nick. I
Yes.
feel like such a snob saying this, diba? I mean, apologize to katong mga
No.
R o S.
Yeah. And the
Kay
reason I
dili
asked,
ni siya.
and the reason I
Like, all
asked,
this class hopping was quite confusing. So, nahog na S and R and whatnot. So, I just really...
SNR, like kanang
the reason I asked kay before aning a podcast, I was trying to remember like within our circle kung asa na ko na Ila or asa mi nag-close like ng Badit and ng Karen, and Jeffrey, Brian. And for you, I was like amigo naman mi ni Apay, pero I can't remember kay
like I know, right? Like
I had na ako na recall na hapon man di ka sa grade school and you were in section R for first year, second year.
No,
Asa
for
kami nagamigo niya
second
pa
year lang
so
ata.
that's why I
Yeah, for second
But
year.
I don't think it was. I think it was very natural for us to be friends.
100%. Yeah.
Para sa ako alang, like, murag, it just made sense. Ambot nga no sad, di ba? I mean, for one, murag ganit bitong the type of friendship nga kanang, wala bitong mali siya. Kanang, I bet.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we started out as friends good and I know I could trust you and diba, you gave sound advice and
Sound advice.
for somebody so young, diba, there are a few people in high school nga morag na ay fun side and po yung morag mature side.
Mature, serious side.
You see that, diba nga naanas lang nga mature side. So some of those people, like for example, si Ding had that. He had a fun side and Kabaw ka nga, he also had that mature side. Kung kamo lang
Yes.
duha, he gives you good advice, sound advice. And for somebody so young, Dave also had that. Nga kanang, if you get him alone, kabaw ka nga, he has the fun side, the young high school
Like
side.
high school side. Yeah.
Kabaw ka nga, he also had that serious.
So
mature side.
I mentioned this in one of our episodes nga, being friends with you and Karen, and and also I consider myself lucky because I'm surrounded with good looking people. Jesus Christ. And awkward kayo kay naimongutanan sa ako sa mga upper classmen nga. Kausa mo naguyab ni Apay or uyab mo ni Karen? I'm like, what?
I never.
Never.
Kabalo ka sa high school, if there was anything that I didn't think I qualified, it was really nga kanang na mga crush na ako or whatever. I dili go.
Yeah,
I didn't.
So you're intimidating.
I don't think I qualified.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't think.
You didn't think too much of that, siguro. I don't know.
Probably, pero dili ko. I didn't fit in that mold again with the crooked teeth and the greasy hair.
Greasy hair. You didn't have greasy hair. Come on now.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, the awkward, whatever.
And you went through a stage when you went to high school because you were like tall, and then you were like, yeah, I can't,
Yeah,
I
she
don't
has
want to say
always
much,
been
but
So I did.
tall and pretty and white, and I don't know. Yeah, and probably dance troupe and then cheering every year.
Oh, yeah, cheering.
that one too.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that. But that's also a grade school. That started also as a grade school.
Grade school, na carry over na niya pa sa high school. Which was,
All right.
Diyos ko, Lord, kadaghan ganap.
Okay. Speaking of ganap, let's
Nabisi
play.
ba?
Let's play a quick batch bingo, just like with every guest that we
every
have.
guest. Yeah.
So first question, quick one. You don't have to think much about it. Unforgettable memories. Foundation Day.
Foundation Day.
Pick one.
For sure, Battle of the Bands.
Really, Battle of the Bands. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
Battle
that.
of the Bands.
I wasn't expecting.
Why?
That. Okay.
And also cheering. Of course, cheering is a given.
I was expecting cheering,
but-
pero yeah. But I mean, tell us more. Battle of the Bands. Why Battle of the Bands?
Because don't ask me to sing now, because
course.
I really can't sing for shit in a crowd. I mean, pwede, possible siguro kung nakainom ko, nag-video kita, whatever, pwede. But like, I after the katong my entire high school stint with the band, it was so fun, diba? It was so fun, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it was something so unexpected, diba? Because I really didn't think I was kanang
Band material.
but band material, kanang, di ba, vocalist material, di ba? Murag gabi ka.
Ano sige ngalan sa inyong
Murag-
banda, ani? Ani nga time?
Which one? Sa high school?
Yeah,
High school, yeah.
High school.
It was Vivian Zoe. Unya,
Wait,
Vivian Zoe. And nakatukar pa gid me. There was this college event that featured a front act nga high school band.
Okay.
So there was another high school band, an all-male band that it also featured during this. I think it was a punch bowl event probably, and
Nice.
we were mura sila nasa Pakuela ba, nagkuha sila og high school band, and we got to play in that. Yeah. Siguro kay, 'di ba? I said baga betag naong bata-bata, and we really had no idea what we were capable and not capable of doing. So anyway, mura
signed
kay
up for
tuling, it was just so fun. It was just so fun. Pero later on in life, like I was older, somebody asked me to sing at their wedding. Thinking, kaya naman, anak ko, nakakanta na ba ako in front of a crowd? But shit, never doing it again. Like, I feeling na ako nakadaot ko sa ilang kasal. Nga nga level. Nga murag nadaot na mong pag-friendship. Nga nga level. Kay, ako tiyong beto ka, gamay na kay grabe, cannot sing in a crowd, will not sing
So
in a crowd.
who are the
Noted,
members?
noted.
Who are the members of Vivian Zoe?
Guys, lingaw ka ito, Vivian. So, especially ka itong mag-jamming isa Loretos.
Loretos, yeah.
Grabe ka lingaw. Because the thing is, in high school man good, there's always a couple you think na kanang kanang stand out cool bitaw. Na lagi cool kids nga. What made them cool was kanang not because nga kanang dato sila or kanang popular sila, but there was something about their aura nga happy sila and they were into so many things, friendly and everything. Like for example, para sa ako buloy was really cool, yan na ba? And I got into this band because of these cool kids. Like ang nag-introduce sa amo to be in a band was si Martha to, number one. Katong introduced me to be in the punchbowl thing. But also, Cookie was in the band. Yo-Yo was in the band. Balot was in the band, diba? Aimee. So, grabe gito kanang ganing. I was so lucky to be in this group with these diba, these girls nga.
Lookers.
I consider them were the coolest. Oh my gosh, saon sa bali-bali. They were, diba? I mean,
no,
and super duper now.
And I remember this band for a number of reasons, and including the fact that you guys introduced me to, bands which I would have never, discovered before. Moonpools and Caterpillars was one. And I think napatoy usa ka murag female artist na inyong gi-cover. I was like, holy shit, nalay na nga artist. Yeah, that was really nice.
Actually,
that was a cool performance.
Weird bitaw ka itong rules before, diba? You were both of you were in the same band, right? So kabalo mo nga murag kailangan mo factor in ang choice of songs.
Yes, exactly.
Diba? So
Definitely.
dapat na yung message nga inyong so had to like innovate. The band had to innovate. The band had to innovate into choosing what a song to play, diba? So I think we played we did a cover of DC Talk. It was this DC Talk, if you remember DC Talk.
DC Talk, yeah.
Yeah, this is a mainstream Christian band before, diba? So we did that. We also did I think Cranberries
there, yes.
For sure.
Sheryl Crow. Just Moonpools. We also did Hole. Lingaw kay ni ato katong Hole. Basta lingaw siya. And then I felt so, the band was so inclusive. Kana bitaw, I didn't think nga kanang murag they would pick me because that's what they did, no? They picked me and I was like, wow, really, are you guys sure? Are you guys sure? Anyway, diba? So lingaw kaayo. That was really fun. But of course, cheering is always fun. But don't get me wrong, it's also very hard work. It's also very hard work. So dapat dili ka, di ba? I mean, it's very hard work. especially nga kanang grade. So muna nga, I really value the support of kanang the people who write the cheers, the people who contribute into making the actions. Like Brennan is such a brilliant writer. Actually, that's what he does now on the side as well. You go check him out. Gabi kaayo ang mga chants nga beyond his years. If you remember our chants before, kaayo ka nga high school lang bot. Ani high school lang suot ani.
Agree.
Yeah. And knowing the procrastinator that I was, gabi gid kaayo mo puno si Aimee kana bitong magpay kanang unsa na may sunod nga action. I'm so lazy, whatever. I'm kapoy na ko. And the next day magbuhat na siya kay we couldn't wait. We had to teach something na ay salamat camera. Salamat lifesaver kasi Aimee. Mga ina nga moments bitaw.
Dili na ko ma-imagine ang inyong the stress that you go through every year preparing for that event, and every year
especially when maghilak ang teacher. Maghilak ang teacher kay pressured kay siya. So there was this year nga kanang teacher Claire was already super pressured kay si teacher Claire. Sa she was in charge of the cheer nato sa second year. Then we were trying to comfort her na, Teacher Claire, ay kabalaha, we got this. We got this. Wa mi klaro, but
we got this.
Abi ni mo wala mi klaro. Wala mi klaro, yeah.